Y'all ready for this?
KDPS. We've got music for your mood, throwbacks, newbies, something new. Travel with us high or low, stream us live head to toe.
What school are you cheering for?
We're not. We're rooting for KDPS 88.1 The Edge.
Des Moines Shuffle Station.
Every day on 88.1 FM?
Yeah, clap with me now.
I'll just go listen. 88.1 Des Moines Shuffle Station.
Check us out on Monday, 8 to 10 at night. K-Money, DJ Suave, coming at you right. We tweeting, we posting, everything you like. Throwbacks and newbies and us DJs on the mic.
Failing on your wardrobe, that's where we come in. See what we're wearing on our last resort trend. Get the latest updates on celebrity news.
Why you gotta do that for the girls and the dudes? We the Oop Kill 'em crew. That's tight.
What? Understand our slang 8 to 10 Monday night. Welcome back to The Edge, 88.1, K-Money and DJ Suave.
Yo, yo.
What would you put in your obituary? How long do you think it'd be?
Probably 10 minutes because I want to be remembered.
Oh yeah, I'd probably have like the whole newspaper covered. Just shout out to all my girls out there and all those people.
It'd be like front page probably.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, this guy, he made front page.
He did?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
And his obituary was only supposed to be in 2 newspapers, but it became famous because it was one of the shortest ever.
What did it say? R.I.P.
I am dead.
Oh, wow.
He just died, and he was 92, and his family saw, like, his will and his request, and he asked that his obituary just say, I am dead. So the funeral home went through with it, the family went through with it, and he just wanted it short and sweet.
I am dead.
It's weird.
All right. You know what my goal is now, right?
What?
To top that, mine's going to be, I'm dead.
I'm dead. Do it. And I think it might be the shortest obituary, which is weird because he already holds a record in the Guinness Book of World Records for having the most literature books on aviation. Tweet us at KDPS88 and let us know what you would want in your obituary. And if it's too long, maybe put it on Facebook. You get a little bit more characters. You
never know.
KDPS Radio, yeah, you never know. So let us know. You are listening to The Edge, 88.1. That was Katy Perry, E.T. Now, Cosmopolitan did a survey, and 27% of women have been dumped electronically by email, IM, or text. That's a little harsh.
Yes, it is.
80% of guys claim that they believe breakups should be face-to-face. So, some of the guys are agreeing, some are. I mean, that's kind of a horrible breakup, in my opinion. If you get, a text, hey, we're over. 4% of those guys admitted that they actually did break over through text or whatever.
Surprised they admitted it.
Well, I was looking through some horrendous breakup tweets, hashtag worst breakup. One of the ones I found was, left me in bed in the middle of the night to go back to his ex at his mother's house. Oh!
That's brutal. That hurts.
Definitely one.
Yeah.
And another one was driving 200 kilometers to northern Namibia to spend New Year's Eve in 1999 to have her phone 3/4 of the way say it was over. He kept driving. So he just drove to see her and then halfway through said it was over. So he just kept driving.
Wow. That hurts. Like, that's a waste of gas. You're paying for my gas, hopefully.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would feel like if I did that, I'd be like, hey, I'm paying for your gas. Sorry, but we're over. So let us know what your worst breakup is. Tweet us. Tell us. We'll say it on the air. We'd love to know. Give us a shout out. You are listening to The Edge 88.1. You are listening to The Edge 88.1 with K-Money and DJ Suave.
Yo. What you got for us?
There's this bill that was proposed, and it's actually probably going to get passed in the future.
Okay. Where's this bill at?
Massachusetts. And it's so odd. It prevents parents who are divorcing, like in the divorcing process, to get it on, let's say, if y'all know what get it on is, get freaky in their own homes, okay?
So they can't do anything sexual in their house while the divorce is in the process of being finalized.
Yes. Once it's finalized, they can do whatever they want. And I'm not saying, like, the divorced couple getting it on. I'm saying other people getting it on else. With, like, the mom or the dad.
Okay.
So it's
a mistress.
It's supposed to, like, help the children, I guess, you know, kind of, because they're going through this. So, like, why, when you're divorcing, would you bring, oh, this is just my friend Johnny. Yeah. We're going to go into our bedroom.
But everybody know Johnny is Johnny.
Johnny might be the new daddy.
Johnny's the new stepdad.
So, it's still waiting for approval, but they're pretty sure it's going to be official, and it takes about 120 days to approve. So, it's crazy, though. 50% of all marriages result in divorce. And if you've been married before and you get remarried, you're more likely to get divorced.
Again, yep.
And the most expensive divorce, Mel Gibson.
It was ugly, wasn't it?
Oh!
How much?
Paid his ex $425 million, and it became the biggest celebrity divorce settlement historically.
I think the second one is Tiger Woods.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
He definitely had to pay his wife a lot of money.
Oh, yeah,
and that was like very public, you know. Everybody knew about him sleeping around. So, wow, that's crazy. I definitely, when my mom got divorced, or was in the process, because hers was like a 1.5-year process, because he didn't want to, you know, let go.
Right.
She didn't hesitate with bringing people around, taking notice that I am, you know, partially a grown man now. Right. But she didn't hesitate bringing people around. I knew the new.
You knew what was going on.
Yeah, I knew what was going on.
So, I mean, this bill might help, like, the younger children, but, like, then again, I'm just like, just don't be stupid about it, you know? It's like,
make sure you got a babysitter.
How are you even going to know what I'm doing in my bedroom? Like,
tell them we're playing cards.
Like, that's ridiculous.
If you
I can
know,
just say it's my
too
brother.
Young to be knowing.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow.
So, I don't know why half of America is getting divorced, but
you need to tweet us and let us know if you think this should be passed in your state.
Mariah Carey up next, Obsessed. So maybe they're too obsessed with each other, and that brings us into our next song, Obsessed, Mariah Carey. You're listening to The Edge 88.1. Welcome back to The Edge 88.1 with K-Money and DJ Suave.
Yo.
Did you ever get bullied in elementary?
Touchy subject. Yes, I've been bullied before.
It's crazy because I remember in elementary, I never got bullied, but I'd see some of my friends get bullied, or someone would just bother me, and the teachers would be like, you know, they'd be like, come tell us, but then they'd be like, just go play somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, so it wasn't a big deal, and honestly, it's just a big deal nowadays. 1 in 7 students in grades kindergarten through senior year are either bullies or are a victim. I'm sure we've both been victims.
Yeah.
And I mean not victims, bullies.
Yeah.
And
it's weird to say I've been bullied before and have done bullying.
Done both. Yeah, I think we can all admit we've been bullies. 50% of students have personally witnessed some type of bullying. So, yeah. So, a lot has not been done, and this guy, he's a father of a 9-year-old, and his son was being bullied at school. The teachers weren't doing anything.
And they didn't do anything about it.
Parents weren't doing anything.
Yeah. Yep.
So he's filing a restraining order.
A young kid, 9?
And a cop was interviewed, and he said, I guess as a parent, you have to do what you have to do. And honestly,
I agree.
guess, if they're not doing anything about it and they don't care, then...
I mean, bullying is leading to so much stuff. And even at that age, like, people may be like, oh, restraining order, that's a little dramatic, that's extra, you're dragging it along. No, because nowadays, bullies at that age are, like, bullying kids, and, you know, they're going to kill themselves.
Well, seriously. And
at the age of 9.
This kid was punching the other kid in the face.
Oh,
so, I mean, like...
And physical is a whole different type of bullying.
And if the parents aren't doing anything, the teachers aren't really doing anything, now everyone's causing a riot, and they're like, this is ridiculous. A parent was like, this is not, like... So every time our kids have a problem, we're just going to do restraining orders, and I want to be like, well,
hey,
if that's what bullying, it takes...
though, I mean, and if that's what it takes to get the school's attention, the child's attention, because... at the end of the day, it comes down to that child and his parents.
And then this is scary. Like you said, committing suicide or harming others.
Yep.
1 out of 20 students has seen another student at their school with a gun.
Yeah.
And that person with the gun is most likely bullied.
Because they feel like they can't be helped. I know I've been in that situation before, especially when the teacher acts like they're helping, they say, oh, just go play over there, or leave them alone, or don't go around them. But it's like you don't even pick on them, or you don't even bother them. They bother you.
And they still bother you.
Yeah, they find you. So that's when they feel like they take things into their own hands. But I definitely agree with that dad, restraining order. You guys need to let us know. Do you agree with that?
Do you think that the restraining order was too far, or was it the right thing to do? Have you ever been bullied? How do you deal with it?
Wow.
Let us know. You are listening to The Edge 88.1. Be sure to tweet us on Twitter at KDPS88 and Facebook KDPS Radio. This is Kalli McCann with KDPS Radio. The Iowa State Patrol released the names of 2 people involved in a fatal motorcycle crash Saturday. John Richardson and Lynette LaCroix died following the crash on Highway 28 near Norwalk. Prior to the crash, the motorcycle was reported having issues maintaining control. Controversy in Dyersville leaves the future of the famous Field of Dreams movie site unknown. Neighbors are fighting a legal battle with the city of Dyersville to keep the ballpark a historical site. The city proposed an all-star ballpark Heaven Youth Sports Complex for traveling teams. Youth softball coach Veronica Payne believes it would take away from the field's value.
It's sad to know that someone wants to build something for our youth that was on something that was a part of our youth. It's a great historical site for Iowa and for the game of baseball and for the love of the game, too.
Neighbors sued the city for improper possession of the land, taking it from agriculture to commercial. An Iowa man has been charged in connection with the abduction of his 9-year-old stepdaughter after an Amber Alert was issued and later canceled. Kenneth Johns of Coralville was charged with second-degree kidnapping. Johns was also charged with first-degree harassment and domestic abuse by the Coralville Police Department. States are beginning to consider allowing physician-assisted suicide. The story of Brittany Menard's death with dignity has created more support of assisted suicide throughout the United States. Vice President of the National Death with Dignity Center, George Eighmey, says the views on Menard's website help.
That made it a topic of discussion throughout the United States and throughout the world, in fact. 15 million hits on her website. That made a difference.
Eighmey says the process to gain support is slow, but they are working on more states to pass this law. Vice President Joe Biden will be in Des Moines today. His first stop will be at Drake University at 11 to discuss the administration's economic policies. He will also participate in a roundtable discussion at Des Moines Area Community College at 3. You are listening to KDPS 88.1 The Edge.
McDonald's! Please! We are not going to McDonald's! Get over it, Jazzy! Mommy, please!
As a dietitian at Hy-Vee, I get to do a lot of nutrition counseling, also community nutrition work, working in the schools, work with wellness corporations, at businesses, health fairs. Pretty much we do community, clinical, and wellness all in one. I first became interested in nutrition and dietetics. I saw a lot of my friends have eating disorder issues. I was really interested in preventing eating disorders, and childhood nutrition is really my passion. Currently, obesity in general is an epidemic. We're seeing more and more children with type 2 diabetes, heart issues, cardiovascular disease. There are many children who sometimes do grow in height, but for many kids, sedentary lifestyles will make this a cause.
My name is Dr. Zeb Sullivan. I'm an assistant professor of health promotion here at Granby University. My area of specialization is exercise physiology.
Physical inactivity and diet, the number 2 cause of preventable death in the United States. Smoking is number 1. Children who are obese are significantly more likely to be obese adults than normal weight children. Even if a kid is not obese, he or she is absolutely influenced by obesity. In 2013, the American Medical Association defined obesity as a disease. a lot of this is kind of, maybe I'll say, related to our healthcare system. I mean, our current model is 95% of healthcare dollars are spent on treatment, 5% on prevention. You look at some European countries and the exact opposite is true. Prevent, prevent, prevent. Obesity is a multifactorial, we'll call it medical condition for now. Some people call it a disease. What are some of these factors? Physical inactivity, poor dietary habits, eating too much of foods that are not nutrient dense. There's something called portion distortion. We have very little idea of what one serving is.
I think it's our environment and our culture. Obesity is more kind of a lifestyle factor. A lot of kids don't go outside and play as much as maybe we did when we were younger. More families are not eating family dinners together, and eating in front of the TV is a big cause of overeating. You're more likely to eat 25% more than what you normally would if you're eating in front of a TV or in front of a media on your phones. And yeah, again, we have more sedentary lifestyles. Kids are sitting and playing video games, not going outside and playing and being active and burning those calories. There are many families who have lower socioeconomic status, where maybe they don't make as much money or live in certain areas, and even though they may not have the funds to provide for their family, a lot of their children still can be obese because the typical thought is cheaper foods are the more packaged, processed, unhealthy foods. So there is a definite correlation between lower socioeconomic status and being overweight. Currently, schools are getting really involved with the Pick a Better Snack program in schools that have a population that are greater than 60% in the poverty line. Kids from the classrooms that I teach and come to the store, and they will be all excited if they see me, and I'll hear them ask their parents if they can buy the carrots and hummus. It's just awesome to see, kids asking for these healthier options. That'll, again, spark the family.
As a society, we have to make it a goal to become more physically active and prevent diseases. We need to be physically active. We need to move our bodies. We need to find things that children enjoy doing. We need to get family fitness more prevalent. We've got, we've got to target the entire household. Listen, your children are obese. You have got to do something. For the first time in history, children born today are expected to live shorter lifespans than their parents. That is just sad because of these chronic diseases that are associated with physical inactivity and poor dietary habits. Why don't we change our paradigm here and start thinking about how can we prevent this as a society?
This is Kalli McCann on The Edge 88.1 FM. With me today, I have guest George Eighmey, Vice President of the Death with Dignity National Center. So currently, Iowa doesn't have any laws like the Death with Dignity. Can you tell me about the Death with Dignity National Center and the law itself?
Yes, Death with Dignity National Center is the oldest organization in the United States that has promoted the passage of the Oregon-type law in other states. We've been successful in the state of Washington and the state of Vermont. Judicially, it has occurred in the state of Montana and New Mexico. To tell you a little bit about the law, it is carefully crafted and drafted to protect the vulnerable against abuse. In Oregon, we require that a patient be an adult, a resident of the state, be mentally competent, make 2 oral requests and 1 written request to their physician for use of the law. 2 physicians must say they are mentally competent, have a diagnosis that is terminal, and a prognosis of 6 months or less before they can proceed. Then after a 15-day waiting period and a 48-hour after writing the prescription to get the medicine, the person may obtain the medicine from a cooperating pharmacy. They must self-administer. No one can inject them. No one can pour it down their throat or in any way coerce them or assist them in taking the medicine. It must be self-administered.
And when you say it must be self-administered, does anyone have to be present as far as like a physician, or is this something they can do alone?
99.9% of the people who have used the law have had other people present. There is no mandate that a physician be present or anybody be present, but they always are, because these are people who wish to be surrounded by either medical providers or their loved ones, their family, friends. And I have been present personally at more than 4 dozen. Most of them had family members present, some with only one. In other cases, there was over 150 people present in the room.
How has Brittany Maynard's recent story positively impacted the support and the Death with Dignity?
Well, 2 things have occurred with Brittany Maynard's case being the latest, but it took several years before other states started looking at the Death with Dignity law, because Oregon's law was under scrutiny and under threat of being overturned for the first from 1994 through 2007. It was proven in 2007 that the law was not going to be overturned in Oregon. So other states started looking. First was Washington, passed it in 2008. Then we attempted it in Massachusetts in 2012. It passed in the state of Vermont. And now 17 states are looking at introducing the bill in various forms in legislature or voters' initiatives. And so we're noticing that the critical mass has occurred because people are saying, oh, Oregon's law is safe now, and if we pass it, we're not going to be under attack. Then Brittany Maynard's story came over, and that made it a topic of discussion throughout the United States and throughout the world, in fact. 15 million hits on her website. That made a difference.
Especially because they talked about some people have to move to these states. Do a lot of patients have to move?
Well, no. I got calls from all over the United States when I was the executive director of the organization, and I would tell people, first of all, it's traumatic to make a move when you're ill. It's traumatic for your family, and you're also leaving all of the familiar surroundings that gave you comfort and to try to establish residency. And another reason is getting doctors to support you when you move to the state of Washington or Oregon or Vermont. And in Brittany Maynard's case, she took a long time. She was here for 6 or 7 months before she was able to get the medicine. She established a relationship. Her whole family moved up here. It was very disruptive for the family, and we don't encourage that, but it can happen. Very few people move to the state to use the law.
What has been either the biggest restriction or doubt that has prevented maybe some people from doing this earlier?
We all wish to live as long as we can. And we all think that maybe there's something that we can do. That probably is the number one reason people wait too long to start the process. And sometimes when they ask for the process, they find that they are not going to live long enough to complete it.
Thank you for your time, George. Appreciate you just taking the time to let me interview you. Thank you again. This is Edge 88.1 FM.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sism Arena for tonight's JV basketball contest between the Grandview Vikings and Iowa Central. I am Robbie Rissman.
And I'm Kalli McCann.
And we are about ready for tip-off here at Sism Arena. And the tip-off goes to Grandview. And it's tipped, and already 8 seconds into the game, that's number 5, Corey Evers, scoring quickly, getting Grandview up 2-0. 2 quick ones from Grandview very early on in the season. And we've got a foul as number 22, Tice Sarver, drove baseline and picked up the shooting foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Very early on in the season. And we're going to see how both these two teams, chemistry-wise, look.
They did last year. They lost to DMAC, and they lost this year to DMAC, but they've made a big gap difference. They definitely have to step it up from here on out, but they also lost to Iowa Central last year, but it's on our turf this year. It's on our court, so we can make up that 20-point loss.
Both free throws go down for Iowa Central, and here's a 3-ball, and it is knocked down by Ben Larson, the sophomore out of Adel, Iowa. Larson for 3 makes it 5-2 early on, Vikings. And here we go, down low, Iowa Central back up top. Tyler Harper passes down low to number 4 and tipped out, and rebound goes to John Williams. Williams going to push it. It's Kyle Brosmal. Vikings slowing things down, chewing up some clock. And here's a 3-ball, and now that goes in. Justin Wiley.
Number 30.
Number 30, Justin Wiley, 8-2 Grandview early on. Grandview playing tough D, they're pressing. Harper.
John Williams and Justin Wiley definitely work good together.
They certainly do, and this one's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Vikings as the Central Tritons tried to push it down low. This is John Williams setting up the offense. Gets a screen from Justin Wiley. Now he's going to go corner ball, 3-ball, and that's short.
Rebound.
It was Ben Larson. Vikings have it. And another 3, and this one goes in. Kyle Brosmal. That's the third 3 early on for the Vikings, and a quick timeout by Iowa Central. And we're going to take a break too. 11-2 Vikings. And we are back. 11-2 Vikings. Just under 18 minutes to go here in the first half. Sarver, and a corner 3-ball as he passed it off, and that's no good. That was
Kyle Brosamo, 23.
Trevor Egley. And here comes Grandview pushing it fast and stripped of the ball. And we got a loose ball down on the floor, and looks like it's going to be a jump ball. And the possession arrow will point to Iowa Central, and they're going to take over. Quick start for the Vikings. That's exactly what they needed. As Kalli pointed out, their last game didn't go very well against the University of DMAC.
We lost 81-49.
This ball is stolen by Justin Wiley, and Wiley's going to go down the floor pushing it, and he gets contact, no good, and the follow-up is no good by Kyle Brosmal. Here comes Harper. Harper up top to Jake Penshauser. Back to Harper. Harper playing one-on-one ISO game. Down low to the center, the big man, and we have a travel on Brandon Barnett.
Like I said, last year they lost 78-98 to Iowa Central, but it's on our court this year, so we can make up that 20-point difference and take the lead.
Absolutely. Last year was on their home floor and didn't go the Vikings' way. And here comes John Williams and the Vikings offense. 11-2. Just under 17 minutes to go in the first half. Tyler Springer just checked into the game as well. And we've got a 3-ball, and again knocks it down. Kyle Brosmal. Once again, the junior with his second 3 of the night. And this one's just about thrown away, but saved by Jake Penshauser. And we've got a Grandview Vikings foul on Brosmal. Second foul on the Vikings. Penshauser to throw it in for Iowa Central.
Brosmal's out, and Grant Sagan is in for number 24.
Here's Brandon Card, and as he's driving, we have a foul. Excuse me, that's Tyrell Harper who drew the foul. And that's the Vikings' third. First one is good. 14-3. Vikings on top. And he knocks in the second one as well. Malachi Canada checking into Grandview. Checking into the game for the first time for Grandview, and he's going to pop a three as soon as he checks in, and he knocks it down. Great way to end the game for Canada. 17-4 Vikings. Here comes Iowa Central, pushing it down the floor. Here's Harper driving and scoring for Iowa Central. Here's John Williams. He's getting pressed hard by Justin Davis. Michael Putnam. Back to John Williams. Williams driving, spin move, goes up strong and banks it in. Here comes Justin Davis for the Tritons. And he gives it to Petzowski, and that was a three ball. That was an air ball. And another three that's knocked in. Darius Vaughn.
22-6.
Grandview off to an incredible start. Only 5 minutes into this game with 22 points. And here comes, that was Justin Davis slicing and dicing his way to the hoop, getting an easy lay-in for the Tritons. 22-8 now. Williams to Putnam. Putnam, and this one goes out of bounds. Looks like it's going to stay with the Vikings. Larson to inbound. Gives it to Putnam. Back to Vaughn, who's going to set up the offense. Over to Larson. Larson to Putnam, and we have a foul on Iowa Central. Vikings will get it down low at the baseline. 14:20 to go here in the first half. 22-8 Viking lead. Vaughn, wide open man right off the inbounds. That's no good. And now here comes Iowa Central. Mid-range jumper, no good. Here comes Darius Vaughn. Vaughn's going to push. And mid-range, nope, he goes down low to Grant Sagan, who just checked into the game, and once again another foul. This one's on Grandview. Referee's not afraid to blow their whistle here early on in this one. Davis setting up the play. Over to Terrell Hagan. Brandon Card. And wow, a tough basket by Jake Petzhauser for Iowa Central, makes it 22-10. Here comes Darius Vaughn. Over to Avery Thedford, who just checked into the game.
Back to Darius.
Yep, Vaughn has it, and now he goes down low and back up top to Thedford for a three. Another three for the Vikings.
Another three-pointer. We've definitely started this game off right, and I think we've been surprising the Titans so far.
Well, and there goes Tyrell Harper with two quick ones right back for Central, 25-15. Here's Thedford, back to Vaughn. Vikings with great ball movement. This one goes up top to Springer. They're really passing the ball well, and here comes another three ball, and another three. Darius Vaughn. The Vikings are unconscious from downtown.
Darius Vaughn is only a freshman from Kansas City, Missouri, and he earned honorable mention his senior year at the Gold Conference.
28-12. And, a circus shot almost put in by
Nice
Petzhauser.
rebound.
And Vikings try to push, and now that one's stolen by Harper. And that's...
Ben Larson down on the floor.
Yeah, it was Kai Kramer who drove to the basket, and the Vikings are going to get called for a block. 2 shots for Kramer. As checking into the first time for the Vikings is Mason Delholm. 28-14, 12:03 to go. 2 shots for Kramer. And, excuse me, I guess he only got 1 shot. He had an and 1. He got it. 28-15 now. As here's Avery Thedford. Over to Larson. Larson. Back to Vaughn. Thedford up top now. Crossover. Working his man. Larson 3-ball. That one's short. Rebounded by Kai Kramer. Kramer pushing for Central. Goes to the corner. This is Brandon Card. And short is Justin Davis on the land. He certainly knows how to get to the basket. He just couldn't finish.
Oh.
And we have a whistle. This one's going to be on Central as Thedford tried to feed it down low to Mason Denholm. Vikings will inbound from the baseline. 28-15, 11:20 to go. Putnam's going to take a seat on the bench, get a rest. And here comes the inbound to Larson up top. Over to Vaughn. Vaughn pump fakes, now drives. Back out to Larson. That one's out of his reach and out of bounds. It's going to go to the Tritons. And another timeout. We'll take another break. And we're back at Sism Arena. 11:09 to go. 28-15. Vikings up on top. Card for Central. Over to Kai Kramer. Kramer's going to drive, and he will get to a tough 2. Cuts the lead down to 11.
Kramer's definitely their biggest challenge right now.
He's moving the ball with intensity and driving with force. And this lead is down to 11. It was at 16 earlier on. Larson tries to drive, and now he throws it away. Here comes Petzhaus. Petzenhauser over to a corner 3-ball. That's Card, and that's no good.
Rebound by Vaughn.
Here comes Darius Vaughn pushing. Over to Wiley. Wiley to Thedford. And Vikings, once again, they seem to be moving the ball very well and then just going for the 3. And that was Larson. That's no good, but an offensive rebound for the Vikings. Thedford for 3, and he puts it in. Another 3-pointer for the Grandview Vikings, lighting it up from downtown, 31-17. Kramer to Davis. Here's Justin Davis working, and Kramer guarded by Vaughn. That's a key matchup to watch for. Ball is stolen by Thedford as they try to feed it down low, and now stolen right back as Thedford didn't see Jake Petzenhauser behind him. Here comes Petzenhauser on the push. Kramer down low. What a feed that was to Brandon Barnett, his first points of the night.
Grandview University versus Northwestern College. Frankie Estes from Northwestern will be playing Kyler McCann. Estes is up first to serve. She hits it over. McCann hits it out. Score is left 15, Grandview's behind. McCann hits the serve. Estes hits it over. McCann hits it back. Estes hits it back over, and it's out. Score is now 15-15. This is the first outdoor match that Grandview University's women's and men will be playing today. Last fall, they both had a winning season.
15-15, SS serves. McCann hits it over, slices it. SS hits it back. Kyler lobs it. SS hits the serve. Kyler hits it back, and it's out. The score is now 15-30. Kyler hits the serve over, makes it. SS misses. Score is now 30-30. 30 all. Northwestern versus Grandview. SS hits it over. Kyler hits it back and hits it out. The score is now 40-30. Northwestern is ahead, so 30-40 for Grandview. SS serves, hits the net. Take two. First serve. Hits it over. McCann hits it back. SS hits it back over. Kyler slices it, misses it, hits into the net. That's the first set. Northwestern's ahead 1-0. McCann is serving. Score is now 15-30. Grandview's behind. McCann hits it over. SS hits it back, and McCann misses. $15-40. First serve goes over. McCann hits it over, hits it into the net. SS wins the second set. This is SS's first serve. McCann hits it. It goes out. The score is now Love 15. Grandview's behind. Love 15, first serve. SS hits it over and it's in. McCann hits it into the net. During the fall season, Natalia Romero was number one, and she left Grandview University, and now Kyler McCann has to take over the number one spot. According to the coaches, it's kind of been a tough battle for her, but she's done well so far. SS serves it. McCann hits it over. SS hits it back, and McCann misses. Score is now 15-40. McCann hits it out. McCann loses that set. Set is now 3-0. Northwestern's ahead. They're switching sides. McCann will serve on the opposite side of the court now. The men and women are coached by Bob Peterson. He's been here since 2012. And at the beginning of this 2012 season, they were not winning any games, not setting any records, and now they are continuing winning streaks since 2013 to 14, and they keep continuing to win their records and set new ones. So for the spring season, that is their goal. According to Austin Grundy, the assistant coach, he played at Morningside. He says he wants the women to focus more on versatility with techniques and playing styles. So that is their goal this season for the spring season of 2015 for the women. Okay, they are ready to take on. McCann serving first. Her first serve. Love. Hits the net. Doesn't go over. Second serve. Goes over. SS hits it into the net. 15 love for Grandview. McCann hits it over. SS hits it back. McCann slices it over. SS returns it, and McCann hits it out. Score is now 15-15, 15 all. First serve. Goes over. S says hits it over. McCann returns it. She hits it back. A lob from S says. McCann hits it back over. S says hits it to the back. Right in the corner, and Kyler McCann misses it, hitting into the net. Score is now 15-30 Grandview. First serve goes into the net. Second serve's over. Estes returns it. McCann hits it back over into the back, barely going in. McCann slices it into the net. First serve goes over. Score is now 15-40 Grandview 15, Northwestern 40. McCann hits it back over. Hits it out. The set score is now 3-0, Northwestern 3, Grandview 0. S says his first serve goes over. McCann hits it back into the net. Love 15, Grandview Love, Northwestern 15. First serve hits the net, goes over, 2 takes. First take, first serve. Goes over, McCann slices it over. Estes hits it back. McCann lobs it back over. Estes hits it over, and McCann returns it out. Score is now Love 30. Grandview's behind. First serve hits in. McCann returns it out. Love 40. That's the set. Score is now 5-0. For women's, the singles sets are 2 out of 3. So in order to win, they must win 2 out of 3 sets. So far, Estes takes the lead, 5-0. McCann could come back, though. Scores 15 love. McCann does not hit it over the first time from first serve. She hits it over the second time. Estes returns. And the score is 15 all. First serve doesn't go in. McCann is really struggling to get her first serve in. McCann's second serve goes in. Estes hits it back over, and McCann hits it into the net. In order to get that ball over, McCann needs to work on her left-hand swing, getting a full swing all the way through over to the other side of the net. Score is now 15-30, Grandview 15, Northwestern 30.